Welcome to the Raynin Threes podcast with Allan Ray and Mike O'Connell. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello and welcome to the latest edition of Raynin Threes. I am your host, Mike O'Connell, and I'm here with Villanova basketball legend, Allan Nathaniel Ray. Hey, Ray, what is going on, my guy?
What's good, OC? I see you keep plugging my middle name in there.
I have to, man. Come on.
It's all good. What's up, Nova Nation? What's up, everybody? Happy to be here. Got that new logo, so I'm excited about that. Looking really good. Looking forward to talking some hoops today.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Yeah, man. It's an exciting week for Villanova basketball fans, for people involved with the team. It's a lot of eyes on Mark Armstrong, a lot of eyes on Cam Whitmore, for two very different reasons, but both reasons to be very proud of if you are a Villanova basketball fan. We have Mark Armstrong that just got selected to the 2023 FIBA Men's U19 Team USA team. Impressive. A feat for him. And Cam Whitmore will be a lottery pick in the 23 NBA draft too, Ray. So we'll get into both storylines there. But, I mean, this is going to be a ton of fun as we continue to go and watch these guys grow and build on their careers. Luckily, one of them still in school, so we're going to be excited to see Mark come back in the blue and white next season. But, man, what an accomplishment for Mark. He's actually following in Cam Whitmore's footsteps. Remember last year with the U18 FIBA tournament, which Cam was actually the MVP of, so that was awesome to watch. And now we have Armstrong, who just has been balling out, made the team, and now Team USA has an opportunity here in a group with Madagascar, Slovenia, and Lebanon. So they're here to make some noise, and I'm excited to watch Mark really take over and hopefully lead that team to victory.
Madagascar got a basketball team?
That's right. It's not the movie, it's the country.
I know. But first I wanna say thanks for all the birthday wishes. That was unbelievable. Appreciate the love from all you guys. Definitely. It doesn't go unnoticed. So definitely thank you for all the birthday wishes. That was amazing. Now let's talk about Mark Armstrong, Cam Whitmore. Man, I just love Mark so much. I mean, everybody knows it. And just with him playing, just hearing about how he's been playing at under 19 USA is great for me. I already know that he can hoop. Everybody else knows that he can hoop. You know, I just feel like he's just in a tough position when it comes to the team part because I want to see him play a lot, like a lot. But is the minutes there for him this year to play a lot of minutes? But it's going to be a joy to get to see him play USA basketball this summer. We got to see him and Whitmore play last year, which was a treat to get to see those guys before they put on the Villanova uniform, and the chemistry that they had was amazing last year. So I'm looking forward to seeing Mark play just to see how he's developed. That's really what I want to look for in USA, just to see how much has he developed, how his shot has developed. The news from camp has been great when it comes to Mark, so I already know he's been doing good. Just want to see like the little things that he's developed in his game. And then we got Cam Whitmore going into the draft. It's always a big moment for any kid playing college basketball that has aspirations of going to the NBA. I mean, it's here now. On Thursday, he's gonna hear his name called. So I'm definitely excited for that, for him, for his family. I know he's worked so hard for that. He's predicted right now ninth. He was 5, but there's a new mock draft that came out that has him down to 9 now from 5. So either way, I know he's going to be a lottery pick. So I'm happy for him.
Yeah, no doubt, A-Ray. And yeah, absolutely. You got a lot of birthday wishes on Twitter, man. It was great to see that.
Yeah,
And happy belated Father's Day to you as well. Big time
appreciate it.
weekend. Yeah, no doubt. Big time weekend for you. And it's great to hear that you had a little massage today to relax the muscles after really a busy weekend for you. So
Sure did. I needed that. Shoulders, full body, neck, everything. I'm feeling about 35, not 39.
yeah, no, come on. You look 30, man. You're looking good. So you're all yeah, all positive vibes coming from you, my friend. So that's great. And it was really cool to see everybody reaching out to you and hyping up the podcast and all the things, the great things that you have done and are going to continue to do for the Villanova basketball community, not only on Twitter and social media, but on the court, off the court. Just the impact that you have had, man, is
Yeah,
it's really impressive, and it's just a great honor to be working with you, my friend. So the future is bright.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Makes
sir.
me
I
feel
got
good.
you. I got you, man. Come on now. Hey, you deserve it. So, hey Ray, like you said, it's really going to be a lot of fun to dial into this FIBA men's tournament. See what Mark has done off the court, away from the cameras in the gym, and I think just based on what we've heard, based on what we've seen, and Nick, if you want to pull up the tweet really quick from Dick Weiss at Hoops Weiss on Twitter, he said Villanova sophomore guard Mark Armstrong was the best guard in the gym during Team USA U19 World Championship trials. May be hard to keep him out of the starting lineup. The Cats, who are the oldest team in college hoops, suddenly have an embarrassment of riches. Hey, Ray, your thoughts?
Okay, so shout out to Dick because he covered me. That's how old I am. Not saying anything about you, Dick, but All right. So I love that tweet because it's so true. Now, if Mark gets the opportunity, now if Mark is playing like off the charts preseason and like it's a no-brainer, like you gotta put him into the starting lineup. Like you have to. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You better put Mark in that starting lineup.
Right.
But then Dick also said like it's just like an embarrassment of riches because I do feel like that now. After a couple of weeks after everything has settled in and like you kind of think about it, it's like you sit down as a Nova fan, like, damn, we kind of loaded, you know? Like we are kind of loaded. So I get where he's coming from with that tweet, and it's one of the realest tweets I've heard all month, So it just adds to that suspense going into this year. Last year the suspense was, you know, I was gonna say that it's different, but it kinda might be the same a little bit going in this year. With Neptune last year, it was new coach, you know, like how can he handle it in the Big East? Now this year it's like, all right, now it's his team. He's put together his team. Like, let's see what he can do, and can he improve on last year? So no, I wouldn't say it's the same. It's
Yeah.
definitely
Okay.
it's definitely different.
It's I was about to go crazy, man.
It's
Come on.
definitely it's definitely different.
Yes,
It
it
is.
is. It is in a good way.
Yeah, but it's more pressure this year for sure
No,
than than it was last year.
that's guaranteed for sure, and rightfully so because I think he's earned that pressure though, right? Because last
Yeah,
year, obviously, a letdown, going 500, first round NIT exit. That's not what the Villanova basketball brand standards are up to nowadays, right?
yeah,
So now, after completely crushing it in the offseason, the transfer is owned by Villanova. I can't stress that enough. I mean, you could say, oh, it's the third best transfer class. They're definitely top five, in my opinion. They're top two, and they're not two. I could say that, but I'm not going to
that's
say
what
it. I'll say,
I like when you take a stand like that. I like that.
yeah. I mean, come on. It's. I think I think the four of the guys that we landed this offseason are being underrated. I just look at a top 50 list. Lance Ware wasn't on the list. That's fine with me. I get it.
Mhm.
Guy didn't play enough last year, and when he did, he was solid, not great, but I think he's gonna going to really develop in the Kyle Neptune Villanova system, it'll be a solid piece off the bench. But I saw Bamba was ranked number 24, which I think is too low. Then I saw Burton was 35th, too low. And I saw Hakeem Hart was ranked 45th out of 50, also too low in my opinion. I know I'm biased, but come on. I think just if you look at their body of work, what they've done in their careers thus far, the competition that they played against, the teams that they played with, that maybe not surrounded by that much talent, but they, I thought, really have shown already what they're capable of. And now being in the position that they're in, you got to rate them a little bit higher in terms of where they're at, where they already were at Washington State, at Maryland, at Richmond, versus now going into Villanova system. I think they need to be higher. I think all three of them are top 30, especially Burton and Bamba. But hey, I love it, Ray. Yeah. I love being slept on. We're going to continue to, these guys are going to continue to be slept on until they prove something once the regular season does start. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. So,
yeah,
went off in a bit here, but yeah, like you said,
we all have eyes. Like we've seen the highlights, we've seen their skill set. These guys, you're scoring double digits in college basketball, I'll take you. Like you're doing something right.
Right.
You know, college basketball is not, it's not like a pushover. You know, it's there's some really good teams, really good guys in there. And me, I'm comfortable with how the guys play. I've looked at them, I've watched multiple highlights, I've watched games. Like I'm comfortable with these guys' skill set, and I'm comfortable with what they could bring to Nova next year. And like you said, being underrated, that just adds a little bit more fire.
No
Like it
doubt.
really does.
Yeah.
It seriously does.
It's phenomenal, and I really think that people are just going to continue to do that no matter what. I don't know what it is. It's the stigma that Villanova just can't shake, even after what we talked about last episode about how dominant the 2018 team was, and put a stamp on the culture of Villanova basketball. And now look in the NBA, look at how many guys are not just on teams getting minutes, but taking over teams, being star players like a Jalen Brunson. We talk about how important Josh Hart was to that team. I mean, it's incredible to me that people can just continue to sleep on us. But hey, in a way, I do love it, and I think it's going to continue to happen. So
let them hate. I could tell you something from being a player and like from being a little kid. I could tell you watching NBA games. Let's say watching Kerry Kittles play or somebody, and the announcer's like, "Yeah, Kerry Kittles, Villanova University." Like that sticks in your mind. You know, I remember being a little kid and watching, oh, Grant Hill's on TV right now playing, and announcers like, oh, Grant Hill, Duke University.
Right.
So the recruits now that's watching the finals and they're like, Kyle Lowry went to Villanova University.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh yeah, I got Villanova. Like I like them. You know, like they're on my list.
Yep.
You know, so Colin Gillespie, Villanova. Mikal Bridges, Villanova. Jalen Brunson, Villanova. Josh Hart, Villanova. Like kids are hearing this over and over during the playoffs and the NBA this year. Like that stuff, it holds a big impact. Like that's recruiting without recruiting. Cause I tell you, like being a little kid watching basketball games, that stuck out in my mind. Hearing all those schools, it make you like want to go to those schools. So
absolutely,
that's just free recruitment for us.
Yeah, free press and no publicity is bad publicity, especially when our guys are performing it the way that they have been and will continue to do so. And it was a story a couple of days ago. Dante DiVincenzo, it looks like he's going to be set to become a free agent this offseason because it doesn't look like the Warriors can afford to pay his $4.7 million extension. So, I mean, hey, if you're the Knicks, go out and get Dante too. You know, add to the make the duo a trio kind of thing. Continue to rack up these Villanova guys. Unfortunately, Brian Arcidiacono wasn't there as a result of the Josh Hart trade. But just, hey, are you kidding me, man? Everybody knows. We talked about Eric Spoelstra saying nothing but high praise for Villanova guys. I mean, they're the cream of the crop right now when it comes to good, solid teammates that are going to play basketball the right way. And I mean, we're going to get it. We're going to get to our all-time teams a little bit later on in the show. But talking about the draft, back to Whitmore, I want to just kind of finish our discussion about Cam, because it is a really exciting thing for Villanova, and it's going to be more free press, like you said, A-Ray, right? It's going to be free recruiting. People are going to see Villanova basketball highlights of Cam all night long, all week long, watching NBA draft coverage, because he is that legit of a player. In his career, although albeit short-lived at Villanova, was impressive. He really had some flashes there throughout, game in, game out, of just brilliance, where he looked unstoppable. He looked like he was the best player on the court. He was jumping out the gym, posterizing people, and just making people look silly. It was incredible to watch, and I'll never forget it, man. So my question for you, A-Ray, is, you mentioned earlier there was a possibility of him being a top 5 pick. Only one other Villanova Wildcat in history was ever a top 5 pick, and that was pitching Paul Arizin way back in the day. But in terms of top 10 lottery picks, that Tom Hoover selected 7th in 1963, Jim Washington 9th in 1965, our guy Ed Pinckney went 10th overall in 1985, of course. Kerry Kittles went 8th in 96, and your boy Randy Foye went 7th overall in 2006. So
Boy.
I think he's going to join that class, at least being in top 10. We'll see if he can slip in and go number 5 overall to the Pistons. But if not the Pistons, it's looking like, I think
Utah.
it was what, the Jazz at 9. That's probably most likely, right?
Yeah. Man, I would love to see him go 5 for sure,
Yeah.
just to
Get that money, get that recognition.
and I think it would be great for the school as well for him going 5. But either way, I mean, being a lottery pick, it's like you can't be mad at that. Some
It's
some some
special.
some guys might be mad at it. They feel like they was overlooked, and I respect that. I respect that from like a competitive standpoint. But from a fan, from me and you
Right.
going, I'm happy if I go 13. But yeah, I'm happy for Cam. Let's see where he goes. The reports are saying that he fell down to 9. He's been at 5 for pretty much the whole summer, and 2 days before the draft, he's down to 9. So we'll see. They kind of swapped him out with this guy Walker from
Yeah.
Houston.
Right. Jerace
Yes.
Carter. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
No,
So
you're right. Jerace Walker. My bad.
Walker.
My bad.
Yeah.
You're right.
So they kind of like flip flop with them two.
Yep.
They both kind of the same size. I think Walker's a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit more physical, but we'll see. It's kind of interesting. And then
Yep.
Utah is trying to trade up. So Utah is trying to get to that 5 pick. So we'll see what happens with that. You never know what happens, especially on draft day too.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's exciting stuff, man. And it's really great for the program. And I think Villanova will be mentioned plenty of times throughout the week, and obviously when it comes to Thursday night as well. Hey, Ray, I do not want to bring up any maybe not so fond memories, but my family thought, my dad, everybody that I watched Villanova basketball with when you were on the team
Hmm.
after the '06 season, we thought it was going to be you, Randy, and Kyle. All 3 of you are going to be drafted.
Yeah.
I think it came as a big surprise that you were not drafted, at least in the second round somewhere. What were your thoughts on draft night, draft weekend, whatever it may be, back in '06 when you were, I guess, waiting to be picked, waiting for a phone call, waiting for something?
Yeah. So I remember I was at my mother's house? Yeah, I was at my mother's house. Actually, no, I was at my grandparents' house. And we were watching a draft. There was a couple of teams I talked to that was saying that they would take me in the first round if like none of the big guards was still around, like Rudy Gay, Maurice Aga, those guys. So I remember not kind of, but falling out of the first round, and Boston had a second round pick, and they took Leon Poe. And I remember being on the phone with Danny Ainge and my agent, and basically Boston was just saying like they're gonna take me, they want to sign me. So even I kind of knew like early on in the second half of the draft that I was going to be going to Boston, but they didn't have any other picks left, so they couldn't like, you know, physically draft me.
Okay.
So that's kind of why I didn't get picked by them. And I don't know if other teams knew they was going to take me. I doubt it, but I was cool.
Okay.
Once I found out Boston wanted to sign me, I turned that draft off.
Right, okay.
Seriously.
Alright, so you weren't ticked off about the fact that you weren't actually drafted, but you were just excited, you were cool about the fact that the Celtics were like, "Hey, we want you, and we're gonna sign you."
Yeah. Well,
Good.
actually they said they wanted to bring me into the to mini camp. So
Okay.
we had mini camp. We had mini camp after the draft. I went to mini camp. Uh promise you, no lie. After the third day, Danny Ainge called me into the office, was like, "We're gonna sign you. Like, we're gonna sign you to a 1+1." So it took me basically like 2, 3 days to work my way in the contract because I was so focused in those workouts and
Oh,
mini camp.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Dialed in.
I was super dialed in. So I was happy about that. And it kind of it kind of felt like it was just relief knowing that going into summer league I had a team and I didn't have to like do some like extraordinary stuff in summer league to get signed, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times that's the case with guys who's undrafted, you know, like they got to do the most to get signed. So I was happy going into summer league already signed and a part of the Celtics.
Yeah, you gave him no choice. You're like, "Hey, I'm here on a mission, man. You boys gotta give me those papers. I wanna sign them right away." So, I love that, man. That's a great story.
Yep, it was me. Sebastian was there, Perkins, Gerald Green, Al Jefferson, a lot of the young guys was there. Delonte West. They didn't play in summer league, but they was there working out and stuff like that. So it was cool. Then there was a couple of rookie guys that came in with me also. Kevin Hamilton, Kevin Pitznagle was on that team also.
Ooh, West
Uh,
Virginia guy.
yeah, yeah. So you know, I was like, hey, put him in the pick and roll so I could come off and hit these threes.
Yes, sir. Oh, man, that's awesome, A-Ray. So it's funny because with the drafts, when it comes to Villanova guys, one story always comes up, and it's Mikal Bridges in 2018, right? That's a classic story that is unfortunate for a lot of. I know Villanova basketball fans; they have a lot of Sixer fans that kind of have that overlap, right? Especially
Yeah,
being a school outside of Philly, there's that connection. Mikel's mother actually worked for the 76ers, and it was a really beautiful thing for about 5 minutes when the Sixers drafted him, and then ESPN was interviewing his mom about how happy she was to have him play for her organization, the 76ers, and then it just all went to it all went away in a matter of a second, right? In a blink of an eye, that awesome, wholesome storyline changed because the Sixers traded Mikal Bridges to the Suns for Zaire Smith. That obviously did not pan out for the Sixers, and the Suns got a lot of great years out of Mikal, and I'm excited that he's moved on from the Suns because we talked about this last episode. He certainly has blossomed into a completely different player without all the different, I guess, characters that were on that Suns team calling for the ball, taking over the offense. And now Mikal being in Brooklyn is doing his own thing, building bridges, Brooklyn bridges. Gotta love to see that. So that was a heck of a storyline back in 2018. Had to bring that up, as unfortunate as it was for all Sixers fans and Villanova fans alike. And honestly, as a Knick fan, I thought he was gonna go to the Knicks. Instead, they drafted Kevin Knox, which was a huge bummer to me, and ended up going 12 overall to the Sixers, then traded to the Suns. But it is what it is, and I think Mikel it turned out just a-okay. What do you think, A-Ray?
I mean, what does that feel like to be called by the Sixers, drafted by them, and then you think that you're gonna be playing with them, mom is there,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden, okay, nah, you going to play with the Suns.
Yeah, in Phoenix, way across the country.
Right? And like you're just so happy, excited, Philly, 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 and then all of a sudden, boom, playing with the Suns. But
Blindsided.
that's the NBA. You know,
Hmm.
it's definitely a business.
It's a business.
But the Suns sure wish they still had Mikal right now. I tell you that.
Yeah,
I
absolutely,
mean,
man.
even though they just got Bradley Bill, they got 4 guys right now. They bench needs some help. Like they bench really do need some help. Um, I like how when Bridges was with the Suns, he was straight like 3 and D. You know, he's going go he can guard all positions and like he can provide a little bit of scoring, but he's going to knock down shots for you. And then he gets to Brooklyn and he just shows his whole bag. You know, he can get to the rim. We know he can shoot it. He got a nice mid-range game, can handle the ball. So it's really good to see Mikal and see what he's doing with Brooklyn. You know, sometimes the grass is greener on the other side.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, he's he was showing off how deep his bag really is, man, and
Yeah.
it was fun to watch. Even just the short time that he was in Brooklyn last season, but excited to have New York as a Villanova basketball town once again, and not just in March when we're playing at the Garden, because it's a takeover for the Wildcats in Brooklyn and in New York. So really looking forward to that. We're going to continue to monitor those situations, especially all the Wildcats in the NBA, but the newest one upcoming in Cam Whitmore. And it's a little trivia question, Ray. See if you can get this right. Who was the last Villanova player to be drafted in the NBA?
The last player to
Yeah,
be
the last one.
drafted,
Most recent player.
um, Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
Yes, sir. That's correct. He went 32nd overall.
Yeah.
Early second round was JRE back in 21. Got drafted by the Thunder. So good on you, Ray. I thought I was going to get you there.
Nah, my young boy play on his AAU team, so
Oh, there you go. All right. So you know.
so he was fresh in my mind.
And
Run
Sadiq Bey.
GMC out in Kansas City.
Hey, there you go. That's right. I think you mentioned that to me not too long ago. All right. That
Yeah,
makes sense. I
yeah.
love it, man.
I'm in the loop,
Um,
man. I'm in the loop.
yeah, yeah, of course. And then Sadiq Bey going in 20 as well. So that was a great team. Two slept on Wildcats right there were Sadiq Bey and Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
Yo,
Two guys that were there for
Sa-
a couple years.
Sadiq was like the biggest surprise for me. Like
Really?
I can sit here and say it. I didn't see that skill set at Villanova. I
Wow.
saw Sadiq as like he was a knockdown shooter, can create his shot and you know get to the rim, but I didn't think he was like super athletic or anything like that.
Okay.
But then towards the end of the year, like they kept playing, he kept showing me like little different things here. He started showing me a little bit more athleticism.
Hmm.
And I was like, damn, like maybe he can be a first round pick. And then he did go first round. And then he have like a 50-point game in the league.
Yes, he had a 50 burger, my friend.
Exactly. Nah, Sadiq is nice.
He
Like
is.
he's nice. Low key, he's real nice. But nobody really talks about him.
No, he's so slept on, and he's a quiet guy as well. I remember he came up to me at one of the parties we had while I was still at school, and he was like, "Yo, man, I don't want to lose my sweatshirt. Can you put it somewhere safe for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got you, bro." So I put it in my bedroom for him. It was pretty funny. So it was a nice
Oh my
sweatshirt though. You know,
goodness.
he didn't want to ruin it. He didn't want to get anyone spilling anything on it or anything like that. So
I'm
I
sure it was a
held it
champ.
down for him.
He was in college. They didn't have NIL at the time. I'm sure it was a champion sweatshirt.
You're absolutely right. It was like a champion sweatshirt. It was like beige color, but it was clean, man. You know, he
Yeah.
didn't want to ruin it. So I
Sadiq
I looked it
Bey.
up for him. That's about the extent of stories I have with Sadiq because he was just so mild mannered and quiet and
Quiet,
just zeroed in, man. So
quiet, quiet. No, that's I do like Sadiq. I do think Sadiq is super slept on. He's nice as hell, but
yeah,
nobody ever talks about him.
no. Even when he scored that 50-point performance, no one even really mentioned it. I think it was like one little like storyline on Sports Center, and that was about it. So shout out to Sadiq. Maybe we can get him on the show and get him going a little bit.
Yeah, we
Hopefully,
have to.
heal him
We
back a little
we
bit.
gotta
So
do something.
yeah, man, because he's way too underrated for my liking.
And he's in Atlanta too.
Yeah,
He's playing with the Hawks.
that's right. Yeah,
Damn.
no longer with the Pistons.
I was gonna say I should go on Twitter and be like, hey, where does Sadiq Bey play? People probably don't even know.
That's a good point, dude. I don't know if everyone would say that because he when he was with the Pistons, that's when he scored the 50-point game. That's where he
Yeah.
was drafted. But yeah, now with the Hawks, so we'll see. I don't think that many people would know that, but everybody would just cheat and Google, you know.
Now after this, I'm gonna go on my Twitter. Actually, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's see
ask
it.
some of the most underrated player in Villanova history.
I like that
Like
better than than asking where Sadiq's playing.
who you think? Let's see. Let's see how many people say Sadiq name. Let's see how many people. Yeah.
You got to say something like in recent memory though. Say like last like couple decades or something,
All
because
right.
people might be pulling up names that aren't in the Jay Wright era per se. So yeah, man. Cam Whitmore. A I was watching some stuff on him. He had a some good interviews and was comparing his game to the likes of Miles Bridges, Anthony Edwards, and the possible ceiling he mentioned of a Anthony Edwards or Jason Tatum. So that's an interesting point made by Cam, and I love the confidence. And obviously, he's a confident kid. That's what you got to be able to do to get to the point where he's at. And I really hope he pans out and proves everybody right in terms of why he was such a highly touted recruit coming out of high school, why he had all the hype surrounding him at Villanova, and I think why he's going to be a lottery pick. So I'm rooting for the kid.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be all right. He definitely got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
Didn't really compared to everybody else that's like going lottery. And I would say that they probably got more game time than him,
Mhm.
more experience than him. So he's definitely gonna have a lot to prove. People are definitely questioning him. Why is he going here when I did this? So it's gonna be a target on his back. And I think he's ready for it. He's from BMore, so he's got that edge.
Mhm.
We've seen it a little bit this year too. So I'm looking forward to this year. Can't wait to summer league. I actually
Yeah,
said there's no basketball till fall, but we got something to look forward to. Summer league, we get to see Cam play,
that's right.
so I'm hype about that.
Yeah, so we get to see Mark play coming up. Actually, that's this weekend. It starts pretty soon. I think the first game's on the 23rd. Slovenia, Madagascar, and Lebanon is who the Americans will be playing. I'm sure Mark will have some great games against those three, and that's just in the group stage, and then they'll move on, and so on and so forth if
Hope,
they play
ho-
well enough.
Hopefully, we see Caleb and Brandon on a summer league team too.
Yeah, that would be great. You kidding me?
Yeah, I would
That'd
love
be
to
so
see them.
fun.
I would love to see them on a summer league
And
team
both of them definitely deserve a shot. So
for sure.
especially Slater with his athleticism. I mean, come on. So
Yeah, like this could be good for Slater if he gets on in the right situation and he has the playing time and the confidence.
mhm.
He can get a camp invite. He could get signed. Same with Caleb. So I
Yeah,
mean, this is what summer league is for.
absolutely.
Definitely what summer league is for.
Not that you needed it though, A Ray. You just needed a couple of days of mini camp and you were all good.
I mean, everybody has a different path. Everybody has a different route,
You're
and
absolutely right.
I was just lucky, and I felt blessed that I was able to even put myself in that situation because I know it had been stressful playing summer league, like fighting for a contract. against everybody else, on the team. Like
Yeah.
those people don't realize like those situations. Like the G League is tough. To stand out in the G League is tough because that's what everybody's trying to do. Like every single person in the G League is trying to stand out and get to the next level. So it's real tough as opposed to the NBA where you got your guys who love the game and then you got the guys who's there collecting that check because it's a job. So it's just different ways you could look at stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%, A-Ray. So good luck to our guys, Mark Armstrong, Cam Whitmore. I have nothing but respect for those two. I know Mark's going to come back next year and have a heck of a season and really, really put the rest of the Big East and college basketball landscape on notice. So no doubt about that. And Cam, I think he's an absolute stud, one of the most athletic wings I've ever seen play in person. And I think he's most deserving of a lottery pick, and I think a top 5 pick. Hopefully, if not the Pistons at 5, the Jazz maybe trade up, snag him. We'll see.
Yeah.
But looking forward to Thursday night. I know we'll be texting back and forth, A-Ray, and it's just going to be a ton of fun. Great week for Villanova basketball per usual. So A-Ray,
With the onions.
Bill
Bill Rafter.
Onions, double order.
Oh, I had to get that in there.
Get those puppies organized.
Don't worry. One day you're gonna hear me count because like he counted my damn travel.
Yeah.
So when y'all hear me counting 1, 2, 3, you know what that is.
That's right, man. That's right. Oh God, we're gonna get into that
Come on, Raph.
probably over the summer at some point, and we're really gonna hear your thoughts and have you go on a rant because that's gonna require a whole nother episode, Ray.
I had dinner with Raph though after that, a few years after that. It's all good.
All right.
He know he made a mistake, so we cool.
Okay.
We squared it away.
Okay. Thank goodness, man.
And we was on Villanova campus too that dinner.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Yeah.
I got to question him about that on Villanova campus.
Yeah, you're on your stomping grounds there. He's not gonna mess with you there. That's great. Oh man. All right. Well, speaking of on campus, I remember at the very beginning, man, we're talking about Hunter Dickinson was on campus. People were taking pictures of him outside the Davis Center and everything. Everybody was so excited.
Bro, you remember that picture? Like that was like some movie picture.
Yeah, he looked like he was literally a celebrity or something like that, getting caught by the paparazzi.
When I saw that picture, I was like, Jesus. I was like, this is what NCAA has come to.
Exactly. It's unbelievable. So, hey, Ray, the latest info, according to our sources, is that Dickinson received anywhere between 1.2 million and 1.4 million from Kansas. Okay. And to go along with that, Villanova had the money to match that offer, but actually chose not to because they believed that he was not a Villanova or team first type of guy. So, A-Ray, I mean, that shows that Villanova both has the big time NIL money to contend with just about anybody, whether that be Kentucky, Kansas, any of these big name state schools that have these legitimate boosters piping in millions of dollars for their basketball program. But also that Villanova, the basketball program, is not willing to stray away from the type of player, the mold, that the attitude, culture that Jay Wright and everybody at Villanova built. They're not willing to get away from that. They're sticking to their guns and really making sure that, hey, we want our type of guys.
Yeah. I think it came down to those two things that you're saying. With Villanova, it was okay, we have the money, but do we want to give this guy this money? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like we have the money to give to you, but are you a Villanova player? Are you what we're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Now don't get me wrong. I feel like if Hunter Dickinson was like, if you guys come up with $1 million, I'll go to Villanova. It might have got done. Maybe. Who knows? But I think that it probably would have a guy like Hunter Dickinson. Um, but then we don't get him, so now it's like, maybe we dodged a bullet by not getting him. And all these reports are coming out about how he it's kind of seeming like he's a money first guy with some of the reports that's coming out. You know, he went to Kentucky for the money. His numbers about his money is coming out. So we probably did dodge a bullet with that, and it's kudos to Villanova to just like you said, okay, you're a high profile guy and everything like that, but you're a little bit too risky for what we trying to do here, and we'll pass.
Yeah.
We have our morals here, we have our culture here, we know what we want, and we'll pass. We'll find somebody else. We'll make it work.
Right, right,
You know.
and we're not gonna settle on just being like, oh my God, we have to land this guy. This
Yeah.
this is a, this is a do or die situation. There's nobody else that we want. It's all about you. They're gonna be like, no, no, actually, it's all about us. It's all about the team. It's all about the program. What we build here is special. We're not gonna bend over backwards for you just because you want it a certain way and you think a certain way. So, like you said, dude, kudos to Villanova, kudos to Neptune, Mark Jackson, Coach Wright, everybody else that had a hand in on this,
Yeah.
and that stood up for what was right and what was the Villanova basketball way. And that mindset has worked even in the most ridiculous times of the NIL, where people are like, "Oh my goodness, what is going on?" Everybody's just chasing a bag. Which, like we talk about, Ray. No disrespect. If you want to do that, by all means, more power to you. But in terms of preserving what Villanova, what Jay Wright, what the athletic department, what Villanova basketball has become, preserving that and not getting away from the core values of what we really stand for as a university and stand for as a program, the culture that you played for back when you were a guard there in 2006. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. It's impressive to me that they did not just fold under pressure of, oh my gosh, everybody is clamoring for Villanova to land a big time recruit, a big time transfer like Hunter Dickinson. This is what it's going to take to return Villanova to its glory and get back to the Final Four and win the Big East and so on. They
Yeah.
said, no, we can go do it our own way. And what did they do, Ray? That's exactly what happened when they went out and got Hakeem Hart, TJ Bamba, Lance Ware, and now Tyler
Yeah.
Burton. I mean, come on. Like you said, we dodged a bullet, my friend.
I feel this is what Villanova did. They put a stamp. They put a stamp on they put a stamp on their culture moving forward of how it's going to be. So let me give you an example what I mean by that. Let's take a look at Miami University. When NIL first came along, Miami was like the first team to jump onto that with the money. They was paying players, they had money. So they getting guys in because here, we're giving you money. So the guys want to come here. And they had two good years back to back. They went to the Final Four this year, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right.
Yeah, so they had some really good year. Now with Villanova, now they established, okay, we're a school that has money. We have money, right? But we're true to our culture. We don't care how good of a player you are,
Hmm.
you know. If we have the money to pay you and you're willing to buy into Villanova's culture, then we can make it work. But
Yeah.
we're not just going to give you this money because you're one of the top players in the portal and we can afford to grab you. Like, no, Villanova, when by not taking Dickinson, they kind of put that stamp on like, listen, we're a team that got money. We can compete with other teams with money. But if you come here, you better accept the Villanova culture. If not, we don't want you.
Hmm.
So I think that's great moving forward. So now players know Villanova is a good school. They have money, but if I want to go there, I gotta buy into that program. Like going to like a Miami Heat or something. Like if you want to go to the Heat, you gotta buy into that program, or it's not gonna work.
Perfectly said, Ray. That's exactly what I was talking about, exactly what I meant, because it is more impressive that they stuck to their guns and went out and did what they did after not getting Dickinson, not landing Dickinson. But at the same time, it's not even, oh, we didn't get Dickinson. We didn't land him. It's more of, you know what? We saw the opportunity. We thought I mean, this is from what I've heard. They
Mhm.
really thought if they were going to match that number that Kansas put out there between 1.2, 1.4 mil, that he was going to come to Nova.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. And that, sure, maybe Justin Moore had something to do with that. The fact that they played together at Tamatha, like that's a legit connection they had. That they were good buddies from playing high school ball together. But it is more impressive to me to maybe say, "Hey, Hunter, good luck to you. Go have fun in Lawrence."
Yeah.
And say, "We're going to regroup here. We're going to look elsewhere, and we're going to be able to find our type of guys," which is exactly what Coach Neptune and company did.
Yeah. They did. They hit that portal. They was swimming in that portal this summer.
Oh yeah, swimming in it, man. Rick and Morty style. Shout out
Yeah.
Nick.
So I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm that was a good point that you brought up. So looking forward to them holding that culture
Yeah,
next year too, you
right.
know. But I know they will.
Hey, Ray, it's just gonna get like just crazier and crazier every off season. It's not gonna feel like an off season because there's gonna be so much to talk about. We're gonna be. I mean, I don't think specifically us. We're gonna be worried about retaining anybody, but God forbid that happens, and it's just gonna it's madness, and I feel like it's only gonna continue to be that way. And as John Rothstein says, portal combat is
Yeah.
certainly a legitimate factor here.
Oh, you don't want to bring that up right now. You
Oh,
don't want to
oh no,
you don't want to bring up next year. Have people going crazy.
yeah, no, 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 no,
Think about how many people we
no,
losing next year.
no. We are not talking about that
All right.
for as
All
long
right.
as possible.
All right. We won't talk about that.
What we are going to talk about it though is A-Ray, is something that we brought up in the previous episode, which was what?
Our list.
Yes,
Our all-time list.
all-time Villanova first team, second team, and third team. We're going to draft them and we're going to put them out there for all of our followers, listeners, audience members, however you want to refer to them as, and they're going to vote on which teams they like better. So
Don't
I don't
come
know.
for me for my list. All right. Do not come for
Well,
me.
they're just going to vote for me then, but I have to draft a good team, three teams too, if I want to win. Because, hey Ray, if I don't want a clean sweep either way. I think it'll be close. It'll be maybe you'll get two, I'll get one, something of the sort. We'll see.
And we can't use the same player, so we only can use a player one time.
That's correct. That's correct. And
So
you're
it's gonna be
drafting
pretty
first, right?
challenging.
You got the first
Uh,
overall pick. Am I correct?
Wow. All right, I'll take that. So I got a list here, so I'm
Yep.
gonna look up this list.
Chat GBT we have a list of 70 players that Chat GBT got for us. I made a couple edits because I wanted to make sure that we included everybody. So
I mean, I
everybody
don't even know why. I don't even know why I'm looking at this list for number one. Kerry Kittles.
all right, that's
Why
your
am
pick, number one.
why am I looking at the list for Kerry Kittles?
Okay, that is
That's
the
my
first overall pick for A Ray, Kerry Kittles. All right, you want to know what pick number two is?
am I going or you going?
I'm going. I'm
All
up, man.
right. So this is losers style. You losers out. You know
No,
what that
so
is?
well, I think so. What can you explain what you're referring to?
It's like when you play one-on-one, whoever scores, the other person gets the ball, so it's losers out.
That's
So that's what
correct.
they
Yes.
call
All right.
it. Yeah.
That's what I figured you meant, but I was just making sure. But yes, it's a snake draft. I'll go like that in terms of all you fantasy football, basketball, baseball players out there. My first pick, second overall, is Ed Pinckney.
Damn.
That is my first pick. All right,
You
you're
hurt
up.
me.
You're up, A Ray.
You you definitely hurt me with that one right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I need a big man. I
I
need
know
a
that's
big
I had to pick him. An
yeah,
abundance of guards, but
I need somebody that's gonna protect the paint and pass the ball out to the guard for the three when he get an offensive rebound, even though he has a layup. That's the kind of big I need. All right. So you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and just get my point guard. I'm just gonna take Kyle Lowry. I'm gonna take my
Okay.
point guard, and I'm gonna take
Okay.
Kittles.
Okay. So you have Lowry and Kittles. That's I'm impressed. That's a very solid start to your team. I'm going ahead and taking Jalen Brunson as
Okay.
my second pick, fourth overall. Got JB.
All right. So I need somebody that's gonna guard the other team's best player. So I need a Mikal Bridges on my team. I need that
Ooh.
length. I need that length. I need that athleticism. I need that scoring. So I'm gonna go with Mikal.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Okay. This might be I might be reaching on this pick a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways. I am going Josh Hart.
Okay.
I'm going Josh Hart,
I like that.
sixth overall. All right, now you for the number 7 pick, you have Kittles, Lowry, and Bridges already in your team. That's pretty good, man.
All right. So I need a little bit more scoring. Kyle's kind of streaky from a 3-point line.
That's true. He is.
Mikal, he gets a little tired sometimes from guarding the other team's best player all the time or doing all that running around. So I need some help. I need some help with scoring. So I'm gonna go with Tim Thomas. I'm gonna throw Tim
Okay.
Thomas in there.
Okay.
We got Tim Thomas, Kerry Kittles. I like that.
Yeah, you got. I mean, hey Ray, you got a legitimate team right here. You got
I like
Kittles,
that.
Lowry, Bridges. Now you have Thomas. So I mean, you're almost identical to Kyle's team.
For real?
Swap out Pinkney for Kittles. You have the same guys.
Mm,
Okay, that was a great pick. I have Ed Pinkney, Jalen Brunson, and Josh Hart.
mhm.
And oh man, this is so brutal.
It is.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Eric Pascal. I'm gonna go Eric Pascal, eighth overall.
Okay.
That's where I'm going.
Okay. Oh man.
So that's 8. You have 9 coming up. Kittles, Lowry, Bridges, and Tim Thomas.
I need a dog. I need me like I need a bruiser. I need me a Villanova bruiser.
There's a lot of them.
I'm looking at damn. I see 3 guys right here too. I don't know which one I want to pick.
A lot of options.
Sheesh. I can't just pick anybody because I gotta worry about people coming for me. So damn. Can I like pass my turn on to you?
No, you cannot do that.
Yo, there's just so many names on here.
Hey, it's all right. I mean, this is the beauty of it, though. We neither of us really prepared for this, right? We just got the list. We all looked at the list, and that was it. So this is the beauty of it. It's kind of like just going off the top of your head of Villanova basketball knowledge. Who do you want at what position? And right now, you got Lowry. You can say Kittles and Bridges are probably you could put them at your 3. So you could go either way on this one. You could draft a 5, a big man, or you could draft a guard if you want a shooting guard. Up to you, man. It's because you could argue both
Listen,
Kittles and Bridges are small forwards. So
I said I wanted some shooting. I'm gonna go with Chris Ford.
Nice.
Made the first 3-point basket in NBA history. So I'm gonna
That's
go Chris
right.
Ford.
That's right, man.
That's my team right there.
Let's go. That's a great first all Villanova team you got right there, Ray. And to finish up my top 5 squad is Randy Foye. I'm going to have him at the 2. So I got Brunson, Foye, Hart, Pascal, and Pinckney. And you have Lowry, Ford, Kittles, Bridges, and Tim Thomas. Those are a couple of great starting 5s right there, Ray.
Oh, see, you just messed up my whole second team. You just messed my whole second team up.
The thing was though, man, because we both valued the big men. I went ahead and picked Pinckney second overall, so that really helped me. So on to the second team, all Villanovas. All right.
All right. You know what's really gonna help me? That I go first, and
Yes, that does.
I could snag Scotty Reynolds.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, you're off to a good start.
I was hoping he was still around.
Mm. Oh man, that's brutal right there. Because now it's like, who am I gonna pick? Which one? All right. All right. I think I'm gonna have to go. Colin Gillespie here.
Okay. CG.
Yeah.
CG. All right. So this team right here,
Mm-hmm.
I like Scotty Reynolds, but I got him the first guard. I don't want to put him at the point guard. Like this team, we're gonna be interchangeable, all right? And I like Scotty Reynolds and Alvin Williams in the backcourt.
Nice.
Like those are dogs right there.
I was just thinking about drafting Alvin.
That's a dog pound. Alvin Williams, Scotty Reynolds.
That's scary, man. Scary. All right, I'm gonna go OG style here, man. I'm gonna go throwbacks. One of the all-time OG greats, pitching Paul Arizin.
Mm.
So I got Paul and Colin in my backcourt.
Ooh. That's a good pick right there.
Had to get him in there. Legend.
Yeah, he is. Let's see. Let's see.
All right, so you got Scotty Reynolds and Alvin Williams. I have Colin Gillespie and Paul Arizin for our second team, all Villanova.
All right, I'm gonna get some size. I need some size, some shot blocking. I'm gonna go with Howard Porter.
Nice.
6'8". Hold me down there. 220. Can play the 4 and the 5. Second round pick, 1971 draft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you totally stole that one from me. God. Ah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to go Dante Cunningham.
Okay. Okay, Dante.
Gonna have to go Dante Cunningham, one of the most versatile big men in Villanova history. He had a great mid-range game, that guy.
He did. All right. Let's see. I need a little bit more size. You hear my dog?
Nah, you're good, man. Nick at Night's got us hooked up. He's canceling all the outside noise. We're dialed in.
Like she's literally snoring right now. All right. So to my defense, I didn't really watch a lot of these guys play, like older guys play. So
I hear you.
it's hard for me to just throw them on the list.
I hear you,
But
man.
I know,
I don't know if our listeners are going to be too kind to either one of
yeah,
us about
they don't
missing
they
out
don't
on
want to
that. But
they don't want to hear that. But I'm gonna go with Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
ooh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jeremiah.
I think him and Dante Cunningham are similar with their big men type of styles.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go Javon Pinkston,
Mm,
JVP.
mm. I could just see Twitter right now, like, how are you not saying such and such?
Oh, yeah, they're going to be crushing us. It's all good.
I have no idea. Listen, I want to go with some more size. So I got Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
Mhm.
He could play on the wing, can step out. You got Howard Porter holding it down in the paint.
That's right.
Scotty, super buckets. Alvin Williams can score. Alvin Williams is the dog on the team. He the leader. So I think it's good to put Chef on this team.
Oh, damn.
I put Chef on here because I know Alvin Williams gonna keep him in line. He gonna keep him in line, and Chef is gonna be on the glass. He's gonna be getting put back dunks.
Yeah, Chef.
I
That's a
like
great
I
pick, man.
I
I was
like
I
that.
was kind of trying to save him for my third team, but
I like that. I know some people might not agree with it, but I told you guys I'm sorry. It's a long list. There's 70 people on this list right now, and I've probably seen, I don't know, 30, 35 play.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Because it's brutal because there's almost like I literally I had Howard Porter and I just completely missed him. I mean, the list is too damn long. This ChatGPT gave us too many names, and then I had to add more. But so that's good on you for scooping him up because I should have drafted him way earlier. Okay,
Sorry, man. I've been killing myself with this mic today.
it's all good, man. All right, so you just drafted the Chef. So that completes your second team. Scotty Reynolds, Alvin Williams, Howard Porter, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and Daniel Ochefu. I mean, you got some serious size on that team, man.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
that's what I was going for a second team. No, I
All
want
right.
them to play bully ball. That's why Alvin Williams on that team.
Yeah. I got a couple dogs on my team as well, but you definitely got the size. But I'm going to have to match up the size because it's going to be second team on second team. So I'm going Malik Allen.
That's your first pick?
No, no, no. That's my last pick on my
Oh,
second team. So
damn.
now I can kind of match up with your size a little bit. That's the idea there.
So I got a video. I dunked on Malik Allen when
No way.
I did when he was with the Bulls. I was with the Celtics.
Yeah,
It was off the rim.
that's sick.
I came baseline, and he jumped, and I just jumped a little bit higher, got it over him. I got that video.
Woo,
That was like
yeah.
that was like one of the first games I really played in the NBA against Chicago in Chicago.
That's dope, man. We got to pull up that video.
Yeah, I got
Gotta
it.
send that to Slick Nick.
I definitely do.
All right,
All
so
right.
on to the third team, Ray.
All right.
I
I'm gonna
have.
go.
Ooh,
Oh, hold on.
you got it.
Who is my goal or your goal?
It's your turn. I'm saying my team is Colin Gillespie, Paul Arizin, Dante Cunningham, Javon Pinkston, and Malik Allen. Your team: Scotty Reynolds, Alvin Williams, Howard Porter, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Daniel Ochefu. I mean, that is some serious size, man.
We gotta make it hard for Colin
Yeah.
if we was gonna play.
Well, we're gonna make it hard for Scotty. So there you go.
True. True. All right. So my third team, which is probably blasphemous to have him on the third team, but he's on my third team, and I need a point guard. I need somebody to run the team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Bill Melchioni.
There you go.
All right. 6'1" from Philly. He's from the Philly area. So Bishop Cherry. He went to Bishop Cherry Hill
Hmm.
High School. Or I don't know. Either way, he's number one on my third team.
Okay. Whew. This is so tough, man. All right. Well, Daniel, you picked Ochefu. Cunningham is gone. Pinkston's gone. I'm gonna go Corey Fisher.
Mm,
Go
Fisher.
Corey Fisher.
Fisher Price.
Fisher Price, man. You know it.
Bronx
He's
native.
toying with defenses back in the day, man. Just
Bronx
toying with them.
Bronx native. Yeah, he definitely shifty with the ball.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I do not want to get caught on the island with him.
No, man.
Man,
Slice and dice you. Man's got some handles.
yeah. I'm gonna go with wow, they got Dominic Cheek on this list. I'm going to go with I'm gonna go with Sadiq. Sadiq Bey.
Wow. We were just talking about him.
Yes. NBA
People are gonna be
50-point
questioning
scorer.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you got any good responses on your tweet yet?
Nah, because I want you to tweet it out on the podcast
Okay.
Twitter.
Okay. Okay. So you got Melchioni and Sadiq for your first two picks.
Mhm.
I have Corey Fisher, and I'm gonna go Ryan Arcidiacono
Mm.
to complete my backcourt there. Oh yeah.
I am going to go. So I got Sadiq and I got Melchioni running the show, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Sadiq is going to give me buckets. I'm going to go with Doug West.
Nice.
I'm going to go Doug West. That's what I'm going to go with. I like Doug West.
Can't go wrong there.
6'6". Let's make sure. Yeah, 6'6". Minnesota got drafted second round. I need some athleticism on this team. You know, yes, Sadiq, 50 points in the league. Not the most athletic. Melchioni, back in his time, I'm assuming he's not athletic. So I'm gonna go with Doug West. Get a little athleticism on this team. Cause we
Okay.
ain't got none. We ain't got none.
All right. I'm gonna go big man. I'm gonna go Jason Lawson.
Mm, 10.
6'11".
That he a big body. He used to come back in the summertime
Yeah, man.
with Alvin and them guys to play with us.
Back in the 90s. Had a great 4-year career for the Wildcats.
Hmm.
So that's my 5 right there for my third team.
That's 5 already?
No, I'm saying he's
Oh,
playing my 5.
okay. I was about
So
to say.
you got Melchione, Sadiq Bey, and Doug West. I got Corey Fisher, Reinhard Giacono, and Jason Lawson. So 4 more picks to go, 2 for each of us.
Dante DiVincenzo, the big
Wow.
ragu.
Wow.
I gotta get the big ragu in there. I played
What
in
up,
Italy
Tay?
for what, 7 years, 8 years?
Yeah, man.
Mamma mia. Okay. Dante DiVincenzo, mamma mia.
Magnifica, magnifica.
Molto bello, eh?
Molto, molto bene.
Escúchame, por favor. Dante DiVincenzo, molto bello, eh?
Ciao, bella. Oh, man, that's great.
Che
Big
cazzo vai, eh?
ragu.
Che cazzo vai?
Wow, you're taking Dante. Oof. This is so tough, man. All right, I'm taking him. Darren Hilliard,
Damn. I like D
6'6"
Hilliard.
lefty. Ooh, man, he was so fun to watch. Bethlehem Steel, baby.
I like him. I really do like his game. He came before Josh Hart, right?
That's right.
Yeah. I like him. I like his
That's
game a
right,
lot.
my friend. Yeah.
All right. Left-handed too. Smooth.
Yeah, he was extremely smooth.
So how many I got left? How many picks I got left?
1 final
1, right?
pick for your third team.
All right. Let's make this a good one. Let's make it. I want to get a little bit more size. Not like that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have much size. I mean, how tall is Doug West?
6'6".
Okay, you're lacking a little bit, man.
Don't worry, I got something. I got
Dante
something for that right now.
6'5". Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
6'8". John Pennone. Throw him in there.
No.
Throw Big John in there. We need you down in the paint. Throwing people around. He's a wide body too. I don't know if you ever seen him. Thick. Just throw your body around. Get
Yeah.
some fouls. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, man. My final pick for the third team, All-Villanova. Chuck Everson.
Mm.
Talk about a big body.
Yeah, that's a big body. That name was
Big guy, big Chuck, baby.
it was staring at me a few times. No, it's not a bad pick right there. It's not a bad team at all.
All right, man. Well, that was a lot of fun. We have to do that again
For
another
sure.
time, and just kind of keep it rolling like that. Maybe get somebody else involved so it makes it even harder for us. But there's so many names, right? It's almost like you're overwhelmed at some points. You're like, who do I go with?
It was.
But that was fun, man. We just went off the top of our head there, just rolling with it, and this is how it turned out. So Nick will pull up the graphic for us. In A-Ray, so your first team, Kerry Kittles, Kyle Lowry, Mikal Bridges, Tim Thomas, and Chris Ford.
That's a nice squad.
That's a great squad, man. You kidding me? My first team, Ed Pinkney, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Eric Paschal, Randy Foy.
Nobody scoring on that team.
That's legit. That's lockdown D.
Yeah. Just for those that don't understand out there, like nobody's scoring on that team.
Correct.
They're great defensively.
Thank you for really shouting out what I was going for, because that's what I had in mind, man. Defense wins championships, and it's gonna be fun to see where it goes on these votes, man. It's gonna be fun to see who wins.
I didn't even realize it until you just named that team out like that. I was like, wow, that's a defensive squad right there.
So second team for UA Ray, Scotty Reynolds, Alvin Williams, Howard Porter, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and Daniel the Chef Oshefu.
kind of big squad there.
Yeah,
You know,
there's you got some trees on that team, man.
we
That's a
just trying
lot
to
of length, a lot of height.
we just trying to switch everything. That's all. Just trying to switch everything. Try to have a team everybody could kind of switch. You know. Hmm.
I hear you, man. Colin Gillespie, Paul Arizin, Dante Cunningham, Javon Pinkston, and Malik Allen. That is my second team.
It's
Talk
like
about
bru-
length and height, man.
bruises too.
Yeah. Oh
Well,
man, JVP. I love that guy. I
he
had
could
some
score
really
though too
fond
though.
memories. Oh yeah, you kidding me? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he had an unbelievable game. We talked about our Villanova Michigan games. So this must have been 2013. Villanova Michigan. I remember they were playing on ESPN, and Pinkston had one of the most clutch blocks you could possibly have against Michigan to basically win us the game. It was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
I think I seen that.
That was a great memory of mine growing up. And for our third team, Zay Ray, Bill Melchioni, Sadiq Bey, Doug West, Dante DiVincenzo, John Pinone. And for me, Corey Fisher, Ryan Archdiacono, Jason Lawson, Darren Hilliard, and Chuck Everson.
That's a big Jason Lawson and Chuck Everson.
Yeah, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the big fellas. And how about that backcourt, though, too? Even Hilliard's great at the three. Fisher and Archie. Ooh,
Hmm.
ooh. That's fun, man. So
Nobody staying in front of Fisher.
exactly. So that was a blast, man. We're definitely gonna do something similar to that. I'm excited to see what the listeners, what everybody on Twitter thinks of our teams. I'm sure we'll catch a lot of flack, but in all honesty, I'm just glad we did that, and I'm excited to see who wins, Ray. So you wanna place a little friendly wager on this?
Yeah, we definitely can. I already feel like I am a GM already, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just take the crown now. And I just want to say sorry to the Massimino era fans because it wasn't a lot of you guys players on the list. But
Yeah, hey, Dwayne McLean, Gary McLean, Harold Presley. I picked Pinckney first overall for my team. Chuck Everson made an appearance there at the end. Yeah,
listen, I'm just trying to be more empathetic.
I hear you, man.
I'm just trying to work on empathy.
I
I I I feel for those guys who, in Massimino era, we
I,
ain't.
I want to hear from them, right? I want to hear
Yeah,
from them.
yeah,
So maybe that's the next maybe that's the next thing we'll do. We'll go by era, right? We'll go by decades, something
yeah.
like that. Something more it makes it a little bit easier to get everybody's team on there because I know, or not team, just players, right?
Mhm.
We'll figure it out. That was a fun little trial, little exercise there for us, and we're going to continue to do things like that and get everybody involved. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the results are like on Twitter, man, because I hope we get a lot of votes. That's the bottom line, and we'll
Yeah.
see who comes out victorious, whether it be you or me. But I think you might have a little bit of a bias toward you. People might trust you a little bit more than me, which rightfully so.
When the
I
season
would think
come, we turn that around. When the season come, we turn that around. People change they mind
That's
about
right. Then,
you.
then you're going to be public enemy number one, man.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
All right, man. Well, we do have some exciting stuff coming out in terms of merch for the podcast. The Raynin Threes. Hopefully, you guys have noticed our new logo. It's really, I think, a model after Villanova type of vibe. It gives off that championship era that we've lived on in 16, 18, Final Fours in 22 and 09, and the Big East tournament type of vibe. So I really hope you guys are enjoying it. We got a great new look for those of you watching on YouTube. And you guys are going to be able to get T-shirts, hats, polos, sweatshirts pretty soon. So we're going to have all of that for you available hopefully within the next week or so. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. That's going to be fun. And hopefully next episode, A-Ray, we'll be rocking some Raynin Threes merch.
Yeah, I need some of that. I
Yeah,
need
man.
some of that stuff ASAP. When it comes out, make sure y'all grab that too.
Yeah, no doubt. Right away. Because it's going to be flying off the shelves quick, man.
Yeah, because OC gonna buy all of it. That's why.
Look, he's making fun of me because I got a different hat every episode. That's why.
Every episode,
Yeah,
different
man.
hat. But that's what's up, OC.
That's how I roll. But hey Ray, a little sneak peek for next episode. We're gonna really dive into the 2025 recruiting class.
Mm.
The period has just opened in terms of teams, programs, coaches being able to reach out to these youngsters. So it's going to be fun to really explore some of the guys that Villanova has on their radar and who Coach Neptune and company has reached out to already. Already a few guys on the list, and you're going to hear all about that on the next episode of Raynin Threes.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. These guys can really play. If you have not seen some of these recruits play, some of the recruits that we're going after 2025, really good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a good episode getting to talk about those guys. And when I say good, I mean ready to come in and contribute
That's
freshman
right.
year. Freshman
That's
year
right.
good. So we doing some good things right now.
Love it, A Ray. All right, man. Well, just like with just some great knowledge and great fun all around tonight, A Ray. It's always a pleasure. And once again, happy belated birthday. So glad you got to enjoy your Father's Day and your birthday on the same weekend. And it's always a pleasure to do this with you, my friend.
Appreciate it. Like always, happy to be here. Thank you guys. Looking forward to the next show. And
Yes,
we
sir.
did an hour and 45 today
Yes,
or
sir.
something like that. That's a long time.
I don't know if it was that long, A Ray, but it was up there.
Well,
But
we was on for that.
yeah, shout out to our
Us
guy
guys.
Nick McGow behind the glass, really hooking us up. So, with I'm your host Mike O'Connell with A Ray. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Raynin Threes, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Next week.
Peace.